I've lost way too much sleep to this genre. Roguelike FPS game, different every run, brutal when you die, and somehow you're always hitting one more at 2 a.m. The genre's been on a serious run lately, and today I'm going over 10 of the best ones out right now. Let's get into it. Okay, so picture this. You're deep underground. Like ancient civilization, you probably shouldn't be here deep. And the weapons? They run on brine. Actual brine. You're shooting chain lightning and ghost-infused shotgun blasts, and honestly, it shouldn't work as well as it does, but it completely does. You can bring up to 3 friends into co-op, the levels are handcrafted so they always feel intentional, and the procedural runs keep things fresh no matter how many hours you sink in. Oh, and a recent update dropped a harpoon gun in a dungeon. Sold. That game is Abyssus. Part Bioshock, part dungeon crawler, and all kinds of underrated. If you love atmospheric FPS games with actual depth to the builds, this one's for you. You know Vampire Survivors, right? That game where you just stand there and somehow destroy everything? Now imagine you're actually inside that game. First person, stacking up to 14 guns at once. Vampires, demons, and things that probably don't have names yet are pouring in from every direction. The chaos is absolutely the point here. It's loud, it's ridiculous, and it has this old-school boomer shooter crunch that makes every kill feel satisfying in a way that modern games sometimes miss. That game is Vampire Hunters. It's goofy. It knows it's goofy. And honestly, that self-awareness makes it so much more fun. What if you stripped a roguelike FPS down to just the melee? No guns, no ammo management, just you, a weapon, and a dungeon that wants you dead. The art style looks like a moving graphic novel, the dungeons are procedurally generated, and the combat punishes you hard if you get sloppy. One solo developer built this thing. One person. And it's overwhelmingly positive on Steam with over 300,000 copies sold. That's not an accident. That's a game that earns every single review. That game is Mortal Sin. If you like the idea of a Dark Souls-y roguelite, but in first person with melee that actually has weight to it, Mortal Sin is genuinely special. This one only gives you 5 minutes. 5. And somehow, that's plenty. It's got this retro boomer shooter feel wrapped in liminal horror, like someone took a Backrooms fever dream and made it into a video game. The creatures are corrupted and wrong, the economy runs on souls, and every second you waste is a second you're losing. It launched in January 2026 and already had a 96% positive rating at launch. Kotaku literally called it a damn fine indie shooter. I'd say that checks out. That game is ODDCORE. It's weird. It's creepy. It's the kind of game you'll show your friends and they'll be deeply unsettled. In a good way. Maybe. Okay, so what if your gun combat had to sync up with the music? Like, not just thematically. Literally. Wall running, sliding, shooting, all of it tied to the beat. Miss the rhythm. Feel the pain. Nail it. And the whole thing turns into this beautiful, violent dance through a procedurally generated cyberpunk mansion. You can even import your own music tracks, your playlist, your carnage. That game is ROBOBEAT. If Metal Hellsinger and a classic roguelite somehow had a baby, this is it. Rhythm game fans and FPS fans meet in the middle here, and honestly, both sides win. This one's got production value that genuinely surprises you for a roguelite. Dark alternate history, witches have basically wiped out humanity, and the church sends you, their last real weapon, into these gorgeous, grim-dark battlefields armed with arcane firearms. There's also an extraction mechanic that makes every decision feel like it actually matters. It's from the team that made Bulletstorm, and you can feel that DNA in every fight. The guns feel incredible. The world is stunning. It demands a lot from you, and it gives a lot back. That game is Witchfire. Difficult, atmospheric, and dripping with style. If you want a roguelite that takes itself seriously, this is the one. Don't let the cartoon art style fool you. There's a surprisingly deep RPG system living underneath it. You pick your hero, dive into procedurally generated levels, and start stacking elemental weapon combos and ability synergies that can get absolutely unhinged by the end of a run. Oh, and you can do all of this with up to 4 people in co-op. It's also genuinely approachable in a way that a lot of roguelites aren't. Not easy, but welcoming. That game is Gunfire Reborn. If someone in your life has never played a roguelite FPS before, this is where they start. It's the gateway drug of the genre, and I mean that as the highest possible compliment. Robots took over. You're also a robot. You're just one of the good ones. A guardian blazing through post-apocalyptic environments at speeds that make your brain slightly panic. Double jumping, sliding, 83 distinct weapons, Borderlands-style cel-shaded visuals, and co-op that makes the whole thing even more chaotic. In the best way. Honestly, the gunplay alone is worth the price of admission. It's tight and punchy in a way that not enough FPS games manage to pull off. That game is Roboquest. Pure movement, pure shooting, pure fun. If you like going fast and watching things explode, Roboquest will not let you down. This one is harder to explain than most, but hear me out. It's part cartoon chaos, part extraction shooter, part roguelite FPS. You're cooking meals between fights, you're customizing your guns, you're teleporting back to base to keep your loot before something kills you and takes it all away. It sounds like a lot because it kind of is, but it clicks in this deeply satisfying way once it gets going. And once it gets its hooks in you, you're cooked, pun intended. That game is SULFUR. Punishing, wildly creative, and genuinely unlike anything else on this list. Give it an hour and see if you can put it down. You wake up on the ISSX, no memory. Biomechanical machines are everywhere and they're very much trying to kill you. Over 30 weapons with elemental upgrades, 3 full zones to fight through, 3-player co-op, and runs that keep feeling different no matter how deep you go. It was one of Steam's best-selling new releases in 2025, and the community around it is still growing. This one doesn't just do the roguelite FPS formula well, it does it with confidence. It knows exactly what it wants to be, and it nails it. That game is Deadzone Rogue. 90% positive from nearly 7,000 reviews and still climbing. This is the roguelite FPS moment the genre has been building toward, and it's only getting started.